Hello everyone, and welcome back to All the Mods Gravitas. In the last episode, we did some pretty big base changes. As you can see over here, we have a decently sized tree farm. It's not too crazy in terms of the actual quantity of trees, right? We've got, I think, about 2 chestnuts, maybe 4, not sure. We've got some hickory, we've got some maple, and then, yeah, those are chestnuts again in that corner. And I think it's pretty good. I think it's nice. I think it looks good. It's got a great view of the sun coming over. And another thing we did is this little area down here is a nice little farm. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Now, why did we do this? You might be wondering. For a number of reasons. One is we didn't really have much else to do that I could think of. And I mean, it's nice to have more farms, right? It's nice to have more food available. Oh yeah, we tried out these aqueducts. They're pretty cool. They allow you to move water over some long distances. The water, still a little bit buggy. I'm sure it's something I've got. I imagine it's somehow the physics mod, because there are some different like ocean things. There's like a whole like liquid physics. I'm sure I'm doing something wrong, but it works for the most part. But yeah, and so yeah, these trees, some of them will take like a month to grow. Some of them only take about 5 days or whatever. So yeah, yeah, awesome. All right, so what else can we do? Well, if this is grown, we can do bee stuff. And by grown, I mean if we've had a bee magically show up, because they have a 1 in 20 chance to magically show up, and we've got none. Cool. That's it. We've got none. That's the whole thing. There's no, here's what we're going to do. We've got none. In terms of what we're going to do, there's like a few things we can do. One thing I was going to look into, and I possibly mentioned it in the last episode, was an actual bloomery. I think if we want to do a bloomery, yeah, you need a crazy amount of bronze. It's doable. We can, I believe we can get our hands on that bronze. Bronze. And it's probably what we're going to do. Because, I mean, I feel like it's the next step, right? We need this stuff. So, I mean, I guess that's the plan. I just chopped this with the saw, because the saw doubles as a wood chopping utensil, but it doesn't chop a whole tree down. So you do still need to invest in an axe. A little bit annoying, because that means using some of the copper that we're going to be using later for bronze. Yeah. So, what am I thinking? What's the plan? Do we do mining this episode? I'm not the biggest fan, because I really wanted to do like all the bee stuff, but I mean, we can't really rush that. The only thing we could do is if I chop down a bunch of trees and make like a total of 20 beehives in this area, then in theory, we should get 1 a day. Obviously, I know that it's not guaranteed. That's not how statistics work and whatnot. But in like in my simple brain, right, it feels like we'd have a much better chance. So yeah, you know what? Yeah. I think that's the play. Okay, so I need food. that's clearly a situation here. So let's very quickly get these set up. How's everything else coming along? Slowly, but surely, hopefully. And yeah, we'll swap this out for some stuff. Alrighty, so what is the plan? We do have some logs on us, which we can use, obviously, to get this started. We're mainly after the beehives themselves. Obviously, we want to put in the frames later, but for now, we'll just do this stuff. So 25, that's a decent amount. I guess it's going to halve it, right? Because we need 2 for each. So let's do it. Or at least we'll see how much we could do. And then these need thatch as well, so I'm going to have to get my hands on some straw. I know we have... yeah, we've got a decent amount in here, so we'll swap that out real quick. Get this set up. So boom, boom, throw that on the ground, and that is some of these. All right, and then we can turn these logs into planks. I think we can mow through all of this stuff, because I believe it lets you use like whatever you've got. So for example, we can have this stuff here, put a little thatch in there, and then just chuck these in, and it'll like I'm pretty sure you can mix match is what I guess I'm trying to say here, but I'm struggling a little bit. Yeah, awesome. All right, so yeah, that is 10. We obviously have 5 over there, so that's about 15. If we want 20, you guys can do the math. We need 5 more. I had to do the math there. I had to slow down a bit. So we're gonna grab 10 of these, obviously, because it's 2 each. And there we go. Cool. Okay, so hey, that's 15 beehives. Now, in order to get the 1 in 20, they need to be close enough to the flowers. Now, this one up here gets 1 out of 20. So as you can see, I can slap this guy here. And assuming I place one of these hives in there, he's also 1 out of 20. Now, I don't know if having more frames gives you a higher chance. Like, I don't know if there can magically be all 4 in here. Or if there can only ever be 1. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We'll probably fill them all up. Let's be real here. I'll tell you what. I'm going to make the executive decision that they only need 1 in each. Oh. Oh. Huh? What did I get stung by? There's no bee. Is it? Huh? Okay. I guess we'll see later when I take out some more of the empty ones. Maybe you just get stung regardless of whether there's a bee in there. It's a little bit weird. Yeah, okay. I guess you get stung regardless. We might die then doing this. But, you know, it's fine. Arguably, I should be putting like 2 in each of these because I think we've got enough to do it. Alright, well, I mean, they all at least have 1 in them. So, whatever that means. In terms of the odds, some of these are 1 in 25. Some of these are 1 in 20, 1 in 20, 1 in 20, 1 in 20, 1 in 20. So just these 2 N1s are 1 in 25. It's fine. It's fine. Or at least it should be. Okay. So, I mean, I guess in theory we go mining now. What I might do is I'll sleep through this night that's about to take place, because that's a whole other chance of getting a bee. And if we get a bee, we do that stuff. If we don't, we go mining. And I think even if we get a bee, to get the beeswax, I think it takes a while. So, you know what I mean? Like, we're probably waiting regardless. Which does remind me, like, how do we actually get the beeswax out of this thing? Oh, look at this. Okay, so when you see one with visible honey on it, you can use a bottle, or sorry, an empty jar, and it will fill it with honey, and then you can turn that into raw honey, which works as sugar. Sure, whatever. Now, if you right-click a filled frame that's in your inventory with a knife, so I'm guessing in your offhand, it will give you beeswax, which is obviously what we want, but it will also kill the queen. So you are going to be wanting to breed them, right? So you're going to want multiple frames filling up these guys, once you, of course, get the bees. So yeah, cool. Nice. I don't think this is a complete waste having this many. I will say visually, we probably could have done a lot better, but I don't think it's the end of the world. Now, obviously, by sleeping and skipping the night, we are speeding everything up. Meaning our animals are probably going to die because I haven't even been feeding them, which I really should. And everything else. Alright, I think I should start breeding them. Or at least start feeding them grain to slowly get them the higher health. Yeah, I mean, that's the plan. Obviously, I want to keep my wolf fed as well, if we can. Oh, familiarity, 35. I think I said it right there. I believe once it's 35, they're done. I don't think it'll drop anymore. I believe that's what I was told. I think. So we'll see if that's the case with this wolf. Everything else still needs to be raised up a bit. I think the donkeys and stuff, they might be able to get like fruit and whatnot if we happen to have any, but I don't know. We might have to go exploring and stuff. Should I go mining? I feel like it's at that point. I'll grab the support beams wherever I put those. I'll tell you what, while I'm here, I know I'm procrastinating quite a bit. I was going to make an axe. We could probably get away with just a stone axe if we need to, you know what I mean? I might just make one preemptively. Just in case we need support beams while we're out and about. Alright, I believe this support will hold up these supports. And I want to move these supports. So that should break, but the entire building shouldn't collapse, is the hope that I had. And it looks like that's the case. Awesome. So that means that for the most part, we can dig all this stuff up. We've got a nice and empty, for the most part, inventory. We'll see what we can do. Alright, so I dug down in a hole. I'm just going to walk through my little process here. And luckily, we get 3 in a row. And then I think whenever we get 3 in a row, we hit like a support, you know what I mean? Like we put it together. Because now I believe we can get away with digging up all this stuff. You know what I mean? Like we can rip open all these walls for quite a distance. I think if we wanted to, I could place this here, and that will then connect this support. If I placed it, I might have placed it too high. But it should connect that support to like this other structure, if that makes sense. Like if I place it there, that should then reinforce all this stuff as well. I believe. Uh-oh. Oh. Okay. I'll be honest though, that was very loud, which makes me feel like we might have been messed up, but I think we're good. Yeah, okay. I don't think it was as big as it seemed. Oh yeah, we're perfectly fine. We're good for days. All right, we've got a decent amount. There's still plenty here if we're being completely honest. We've obviously got these amounts. All right, so how much do we actually have? 560, so about 1,000 there. And then what are these? These are 400, 400. So we've got 800. About another 1,000 there. So we've got 2,000 all up so far, it looks like. Roughly, you know, a little bit more, a little bit less, whatever. And then we've got about 500 just in the bottom here. So, 2,500. I mean, that sounds pretty good. But, if we do make this bellows... Wait, what? No, not the bellows. Bloomery. If we do make the bloomery, it costs double sheets, right? 400 each. I don't know if you've done the math, but that is going to be 400 times 8 of these. We need about 7,000 more, or 700 more millibuckets. Isn't the end of the world? These are 25 each. Oh man, the rich ones are so much better. Yeah. I mean, that's it. That's all she wrote. So I will be back. All right, I believe we do have enough. If we want to make the bloomery, I believe we have enough, and I think we have enough left over for like an extra pickaxe, for example, if we need to. So that seems pretty good. That's it. Now, obviously, we're going to be making a bronze alloy anyway, which means we're not even going to use all of this, right? There's going to be a mixture. It's going to be like 1 to 9, so we're going to use most of it, but we're not going to use all of it, and that's obviously the point I'm trying to reiterate here. We'll pick this guy up, like so. Boom, boom. And we can head back to the base, which I probably will do. But we will need to head out to get... I mean, we could do bismuth, but I think more importantly, I think it's limonite. Isn't that what I need? No, sphalerite. I believe sphalerite's what we're after, because I'm pretty sure that's like the tin equivalent. So, if I can figure out which one my base is... Actually, you know what? Base probably isn't on this list. Because obviously it's down there, so I need to switch back to default, and then obviously the base will be there. Cool. I could obviously add the same waypoint to both little realm things, and that might be better. Alright, sweet. We've got a bunch of stuff in here. As you can see, we've got all of our resources. Do I really want to smelt all that? Like, that's an insane amount. Now, to be fair, in the Crucible, you can smelt up a lot more at once, so that's pretty good. We do have this unknown quantity that we probably should get rid of, so I'll quickly look for a vessel to put that stuff in. This thing has bismuth. We can... I might cast the bismuth. We might put it back into liquid form. I think that's probably the play. Did I dig up the charcoal that was under here? Does anyone remember? It looks like it, right? I'm pretty sure I'd see the stuff by now. Maybe? Yeah. I think so. I hope so. I'll tell you what. You guys will probably tell me if I'm wrong. Boom, boom. Awesome. We do have some charcoal. Obviously, we've got about 15 pieces. So we'll chuck that stuff in. We'll light it up with the torch. So I will shift and right click. Maybe I'll just right click normally. Maybe I'll put it out of my offhand and right click. There we go. All right. So this thing's lit up. Obviously, it's warming. This should become liquid, and then we can ingot cast it. That should be fine. Do I have multiple ingot casts? We do. There we go. That can be 2 of them. And then I think we just chuck everything in here. Once I empty this, of course, which I believe we can do. All right, this stuff's molten. Boom, boom. I don't know what it's molten at. I'll be honest. I haven't really paid too much attention. All right, very hot plus is when this melts. So you could do it in a campfire if you really wanted to. All right, this guy is now empty. He has no more anything in him. So I should be able to place him in here and he'll fill up with the unknown molten liquid. I don't know what it is. It's a mixture that's almost bronze, but I didn't do it right. So there it is. It's out of here. So I'm just going to put this guy away. He can sit in there. Cool. So now what do we do? Well, I think we just start grabbing... I mean, do I want it all to be... I think I do want it all in ingot form. I think that's the safest way to do it. So I'm just going to be filling this guy up. And yeah. Yeah. And we're going to be filling up a pot. So I'll tell you what. We've got this guy that has a little bit of copper in him. And he's going to sit there. And that's my plan. Just to fill up this vessel with, I guess, 3,000 millibuckets of copper. And as you can see, like it's pretty good in terms of the speed that it does. I do think that it burns a lot of charcoal. I think. Or maybe that... No, actually, I think that's the bloomery. I think the bloomery does a lot of charcoal. I think this guy's fine. And yeah, as you can see, he's filling up. Yeah, sure. Yeah, wonderful. Makes my job so much easier. I've noticed that every time I try to shift click, the little temperature thing here wobbles. And I don't know, that's fun. Yeah, that's a game you could do. Oh, you know what? The feather. We needed a feather if we want to do the scribing table and do the name tags. I do want to try to do that this episode. I've seen turkeys on the map. I don't think there are any near me, like on my map. But I know they're out there. That's what I do know. How much are we at? You know, we're getting there. Now, I think... Can I place you in here? I can. And that will fill up the system. Cool. Because I believe you can do casts and you can have it like autofill, say, an ingot mold. I believe that's possible. And so that's how we're going to do it in the future. I just obviously want this guy filled up. I could leave everything in the cauldron. It's not a horrific idea, but I want a little bit more control over it. In terms of what we're alloying and what we're using the copper for. And I think this works because, you know, if we need a bar, we can make a bar, so on and so forth. Oh, the vessel's actually full. Awesome. Sure, there we go. All right, so we'll see what we have left over, because if we have a perfect amount, maybe we'll make some ingot mold. I don't really know what we're going to do. But anyway, I'm quite happy. Nice. So we've got a full 3,000 copper, and we're obviously just topping up the rest of this stuff. And that's all. That's a lot of charcoal done as well. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. I'm happy with what I'm seeing. This thing's going to stay hot for a while as well. So if we actually want to, which I kind of do, we might as well take a little bit out. And, you know, get a couple of ingots. Because I need a new axe, obviously. And it'd be good to make a new pickaxe as well. Just to have like a spare, regardless. So that we can mine more copper if we run out of the copper. You know what I mean? Like, we've got a lot of copper, but it could happen. And I would like this one to be topped up, just for the sake of it. Alright. At the moment, there's 49 millibuckets. I have an idea. Now, actually, you know, I don't think we have the stuff. I want to put some sphalerite in there, right? And make... And start making some of that stuff. So I'll tell you what, yeah. We'll make some sphalerite this episode. So we'll top this guy up, get him filled. I'll take out the remaining charcoal so that we can use it later. This guy's full, the whole thing's empty, and we've now got a decent amount of copper stored away. Cool. Wonderful. Awesome. Love to see it. I'm now going to head to the sphalerite. I guess we'll check on the bees, because it has been one day already. Ooh. Ooh. Has a queen. Boom. Bingo, baby. We have bees in there. Okay, so one over here had 4 of them in it. This guy here. No queens. I'm going to take 2 out. We'll get stung a little bit. These ones have 2 queens in them, obviously. We chuck in 2 more hives. They now have a chance to spread into these hives. I believe that's how that works. Is it just that one that has bees? It does look like it, at least so far. Yeah. Oh, this one has a queen. Very, very cool. Okay, yeah. We got very lucky. All right. Okay. All right. What do I do with this information? I think what I do is I take out both of these. Yes, I know, ouchie. And I chuck them in there. And we potentially breed that. And that should be good. And then hopefully these breed. Yeah, cool. Awesome. Okay, so we have bees. They exist. They're visually a little bit off, but that's fine. I think that's on my end. I think I've got like my physics mod doing that. And we'll go mining. So the bees will do another episode regardless. I sort of want to obviously keep them breeding as we can, but obviously we're currently doing sphalerite. I don't want to get too sidetracked because then nothing will happen. You know what I mean? Like, it's already rough to get something to happen. It's even worse to do half and half, because then you're just left with nothing and you want to push it because you're like, oh, I can get at least something done, and oh my god, it's just horrible. It happens all too often. Okay, so sphalerite. I love these words. They're so painful. Sphalerite. What's the closest is what I'm looking for, obviously. So zinc is sphalerite. So we've got zinc there, so sphalerite. Or we've got some there. That's sort of just as far. We do have up here a waystone, and there's obviously graphite there. I don't know if we found any sphalerite near there. It doesn't really look like it. Plenty of sphalerite up in that direction. Sphalerite. Realistically, we should head up in that direction, I guess. The zinc there is very tempting, though, I will say. Why is it so far away? Listen, there's a chance we find some on the way as well, so I will be right-clicking as I run, probably to this blue sphalerite. I think that's the play. So we'll go grab our horse. We've still got our stuff on us. I won't worry about bringing the copper and all that. We'll put that stuff away. That'll be good. Put the rest of this junk away as much as we can. And yeah, awesome. I think we're good. Oh, drink water as well. And then, I don't know, see if we have any food. I guess I've got onions on me. Actually, yeah. I'll feed the animals. We'll do all that stuff. There's like, you know, there's stuff we've got to do. We can't just... We don't have that much freedom. Oh, the dog ate the onion. Sure thing, dude. Alright, yeah. So these are the three sphalerites. That one's 600 meters. The other sphalerite was in one of these directions. I think it was probably one of them. I can't. I thought there'd be one that was like made sense. Sapphire's that one. We'll probably head in that direction. While we're over here, there is a grouse on the map. A grouse. And this thing probably drops a feather, right? So we just come over here. Boom. Feather. No. Bones. Oh, no. No feather? Alright. No feather. Really? Okay. Oops. I'm realizing as well there are so many bears in this area that it is quite rough. We ran past 2 black bears. There was a grizzly bear before the black bears, and now there's another grizzly bear over here. And although we can kill it, I don't think we can survive it. Meaning, like, I'd have to make a few trips back and forth to try and get rid of it. I will get rid of this other grouse, though, in hopes that it drops a feather. I'm pretty sure they're feathery, aren't they? They look feathery. You know what? Oh, look at that little guy. Hey. Oh, they're awesome. I love the little foxes in this. I don't see the little bird. It might be hiding. It'll live to see another day. All right, so yeah. Pretty much right here, we have a large sample, medium sample, large sample, traces. So my guess is that we want to dig through this mountain. Very large sample right here. Okay, so this is clearly prime real estate right here. All right, so I've narrowed it down to this 3x3 here. So oh, is that? Oh, this is the speller. Hey, listen. You know how I told you I narrowed it down? Well, I just narrowed it down a little bit more. Oh, yeah, there was actually probably some already exposed. Oh my god, yeah, okay. I both am extremely happy, but I also feel very dumb for not seeing this. Is this why I put it on the map? I didn't write exposed though. Okay, hey, listen, the beauty of this one is we can start pretty much from the top, right? Because that's the benefit of being at the top is you don't get a cave in because there's no cave to in. You know what I mean? It's just dig down. Now the poor stuff's gonna be rough. We could go further in terms of being able to dig out like these rich bits, right? We obviously don't want that to cave in. Look. I don't know. I might. What do we have? Do we have? Okay, perfect. Hopefully this doesn't cave in. Fingers crossed. I mean, even if it does, I mean, we'll just dig it up, right? No problem. But what I was gonna say was we'll quickly make this into a pillar, and that'll just help out, right? The range of this, I think, is decent enough that it will probably actually hit everything we've got here. Obviously, a lot of this is like some poor sphalerite, but I did move. Okay, so far so good. Look, listen, it's not the end of the world, okay? Yeah, and if that, perfect. As long as that doesn't fall, we're good. I think this is fine. We'll do that, and then the rest, everything, like, what direction is this? Everything, my map changed again. These villainous maps. Everything is south of these supports we will dig down. Yeah. So my tip in regards to prospecting is if it says very large, pretty much mine there, right? And you're typically good to find stuff. It should be very close to where you find it saying very large. That's just from the 3 or 4 different things I've mined up so far. That's the trend I've noticed. You might think that is pretty intuitive. Yeah, it is. What are you gonna do about it, huh? Like, what are you gonna do? Listen, we're learning slowly. So yeah, I mean, yeah, that's it. Now we don't need a lot of this. Like, we simply just don't, right? Like, if we get 1 ingot worth of this stuff, or I think maybe 2 ingots. I don't know. It depends. That'll essentially be 10 ingots of bronze, right? So the ratio is pretty good in terms of for the zinc. Okay, so we've got more than 500, closer to 1,000. It's not quite 1,000, but we're close to it just from the quick math I've done. So that would translate to roughly 10,000 bronze, right? I think so. So I think we've got plenty. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. What are you going to do about it? I'm going to delete this waypoint. Confirm deletion. And we're going to put it right where I'm at. Just so that I can find it in the future. Spell. And we'll do exposed. Just once again, just so that we know where we're looking. We'll switch back to our default one so that we can find our base. We'll collect our donkey from all the way down here. And then I believe we're good. I'll leave the fence post here because, we'll probably use it in the future. And now I need to try to get back home. I've realized as well, in the minimap, when we don't have a crazy amount of things, I can see the bee, you know what I mean? I don't have to visually look for it. I can just check the minimap. So yeah, I'll head in this direction. Yeah, there was something I was going to say. So I was messing around today with, you guys probably heard about it, the whole chat GPT, right? The language AI model. It's like GPT-3 and all that stuff. It's pretty cool, right? And it's obviously, there's some pretty rough side effects in terms of the rest of society that hasn't caught up yet, especially in regards to like schooling, right? Like realistically, this thing can do your homework, right? On the flip side, it's also really good at teaching. So there's good and evil, right? Not even evil, I guess, because you still need to learn this stuff. But where I was going with this is it can code, right? It seemingly basic. I mean, that's all I've tried because that's all I really know. You know what I mean? But it can code. Specifically, I was messing around with Python for some of the schooling I've been doing. But what I'm getting to here is that we have like a donator web store thing. I think it's called Crafting Store, Crafting Store. And it's like a plugin for servers and stuff, and we've used it a little bit. I need to go to that turkey and see if it will drop me a feather. But the website, right, it's obviously HTML, and it's it looks horrific because it's literally just colored text saying like, this is the store. here's how it works. And I felt bad about it, and I can do basic HTML, you know what I mean? Like I could, if I sunk the time in, make it look good, I guess, but I don't even really know like what I'd be doing. Can I not hit this thing? Oh, Okay, I guess I can. Did it really not drop a feather? Raw turkey. Is it possible? Is it possible that the feathers we actually get a different way? As in, like, maybe we get it from chopping up something else and it's like a byproduct? Because, yeah, we didn't get any feathers. And we've killed, obviously, a grouse, and we killed a turkey. So I'm not too sure. But anyway, what I was saying is, I could probably see if I could get that thing to code me up a nice looking web page. You know what I mean, and make that stuff look nice. So I was thinking I'll try that out later. I just thought I'd share that because it's honestly it's really cool. It's genuinely really cool. I might be a bandwagoner here in terms of I'm pretty sure this is the start of like a big change. I think it is going to be pretty crazy once it gets more mainstream than it already is, and obviously once it gets even better down the line. So I do think you want to be familiar with it and you want to get on top of it, I guess, in terms of like learning this new technology and figuring out how it can benefit you, because it's one of those things where you don't think about it until you mess with it and you're like, hold on. Like it's a completely different train of thought where it's like, I don't know how to code things, but now suddenly it's all the benefits from knowing how to code things is in my toolbox, because I can go, hold on a minute, can I make this? And the thing either just spits out the code to make it, or it'll even like walk you through like how you could go about making it, and it can do some problem solving and whatnot. I don't know. It increases. It doesn't necessarily increase your intelligence, but you gain its intelligence. You know what I mean? Like you have its intelligence as a tool that you can use, and it's not just Google. You know what I mean? Because it can do stuff as well, which is really cool. Anyway, you guys aren't here for that. Well, actually, you might be, because I haven't messed around with it yet, but it knows JavaScript, which means in theory it can help you make Minecraft mods. In theory. So that sounds extremely cool. Because if I could make a mod without having to learn the ins and outs of every single piece of the puzzle, that'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. So I'll definitely, I'll be looking into that stuff. But I mean, as per most things that happen to do with this channel, if it doesn't happen, it hasn't happened. You know what I mean? So I tend to not like, hyping things up, but it's a hype thing that I'm excited about. Okay, let's sleep through the night because we can. Why not? And we'll try to make some of these bronze. We'll try to make some. Maybe we mess around with the cast. Maybe we see how that happens. Oh my god, the mornings are perfect. Absolutely, we picked the best. And then we picked the absolute best like house location in terms of just you wake up, you walk out, and it's just marvelous. Oh my god. Okay. Anyway, so we're gonna fill. What am I gonna do here? I think I'm gonna fill this thing up, and we're gonna process all of it and store it in a vessel. I think that is the play. And then I think we go from there. I think storing things in vessels is smart. I think we're going to benefit a lot from that. The downside is that we've got this vessel full of unknown stuff. I kind of just want to turf it, but I don't really know if I can. I don't know if turfing it's an option. And if I want to make another vessel, it's honestly quite a chore. I could make some ingots. I can make one less ingot. Okay, hold on. Let's do this properly. Let's go in here and let's do casting with channels. Here we go. You can cast from a crucible to more than one mold at a time using channels and mold tables. Simply connect the mold table to the crucible using channels and right-click on the channel next to the crucible. Shift right-click the mold table with a mold to place it or remove it. Awesome. So all that stuff we'll have to make it using fire clay, which we can do. Finally, channels can be activated with a redstone pulse, so you can activate it to pour the liquid. And mold tables output a comparator signal and interact with dispenser with water or olive oil buckets. What on earth does that mean? What is that sentence? I thought I knew where that was going. I thought it was going to say like you can dispense into it or something, but then it just hits you with the water and olive oil buckets. Okay, wait. So the channels can be activated with redstone pulse, And mold tables output a comparator signal. So if there's something in it, it'll output a comparator signal. Makes sense. And, hear me out, interact with dispenser with water or olive oil buckets. Sure. I'm baffled, completely baffled by this last bit, but it'll come to me when essentially one of you guys tell me what it means. But anyway, if I put this stuff away that I already got out, we can put the copper away as well. Maybe the mold away, just while we're figuring things out. Actually, you know what? Let's also just store this food. How long does that last if I don't do anything with it? Yeah, that lasts a little bit. I've gone blank again. What was I doing? We were about to make fire clay. So I need to find we've got graphite powder. Somewhere we've got graphite. That's a problem. Oh, it's in the machine. Perfect. And then we've got kaolinite here as well. Cool. So I'm going to process this up. I believe we want it all processed, so I'll probably just do this off camera, spin it around and stuff. I got to take a break real quick. So it'll give me a good time to do a cut. And we'll make it all into fire clay, and we'll make some casts and some ingot things, and we'll see what happens. All right. I just finished doing all that stuff, so we've got 39 and 40. We did use one powder, I believe, to make blue dye, so that's why we've sort of got a not right perfect amount. Next up, we need clay. Oh, is this no, it's got the unknown. It's got the mystery, the mystery liquid. We do have clay. Beautiful. Yeah, sweet. So we probably won't turn all of this into fire clay, mainly because I believe you need 5 pieces to do anything, right? So there's, we don't have a lot. That's a little bit annoying. We'll make 5. Yeah. And we'll see what we can do. So I'm trying, okay, this is rough. I'm trying to make a channel, and we can make 4 channels from a single thing. Awesome. Or, because we also want a mold table, so we'll bookmark this, and we'll bookmark the mold table. This thing is the full ring. Okay, so yeah, we got to do both. I have a feeling that we need to go and get more stuff. Okay, sure, that's fine. We'll do the casting channel at least. We'll at least get this made. So this shape, we essentially want this, right? We want this to be left in the middle, and that should be good. So I think I know what we're doing. We're doing 1, 2, 3, 1, boom, 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 boom. Okay. And then we're doing that same shape down here. So boom, 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 boom. 4 channels. And that's all that's all the clay you want. And so we literally need a singular graphite powder that we don't have our hands on. I would have to, you know what? It's not that big a deal, to be honest, because we can teleport right to the graphite. The graphite's the easy thing to get. And then we've got a hole here that we go down. Whew, we go down it very quickly. But then we're here, right? And all I need to do is just grab a piece. And that's it. Graphite done. That's not too bad. That, like, genuinely, that's pretty good. There's no problem there. So we can at least do one. We can do one table. I don't know how this is going to be better than not doing the table setup, but listen. It's a new thing. We're going to give it a try. I am also curious on the bees. Oh, as you can see, a lot of the trees that we planted around have grown because they weren't there before. So yeah, plenty of bees around here. This one is now full of queens. So what do I do? Right click. Oh God. Okay. I'm going to take out both of these, right? And so then in theory, we fill that up with empty ones, or we find the ones with empty ones and we chuck like 2 in there, right? And then this gets a bee in it. And that's not a bad idea. Yeah, I think that's the play. So I'm going to chuck both of those in there, and slowly they'll spread into this bee. That's the idea, right? We've got these here. All of these are 3. Nature Restoration, Mutant, and Fertility. I think I want these 2. So we'll take those out. I know, we're probably going to die, but it's for the greater good, apparently. And we'll chuck those in there. Okay, cool. By the way, if there was smoke underneath them, they wouldn't care. Or if it was nighttime. That's probably that's a lot easier than the smoke. We could probably wait till nighttime. Listen, it's a pretty good option that we should probably make the most of. Anyhow, our water has disappeared again. Luckily, it's a quick toggle. I still can't get over the fact that you can toggle shaders off and on. If you've never seen shaders before, that's you're like, yeah, why wouldn't you be able to? But man, back from playing with Optifine, you'd in these big mod packs, you'd be reloading the entire mod pack because the game would just crash. I don't know if that's just a me thing, but that was a thing for me, and so it is so stunning to just have that not be an issue. It's truly phenomenal. All right, I want to cook up this stuff, and then I might even salt it as well because I think that's a thing that we want to do. Oh, I picked up the pot. I broke the thing. All right, we got our fire. It doesn't have a thing on it. It's already lit on fire, I guess. So I just need to chuck logs in, and then I'll cook this food. And then I think we want to salt it. I think that will let it last longer. All right, so we've got cooked food. Salt, did we store it? That's flux. I'm just trying to think. We've got a bit of salt there. No more salt there. Is the salt in here? No. I'm pretty sure we got salt somewhere. Yeah, a bunch of salt in here. So, in theory, I get salt and I get these. I don't really know how it works. Can you only salt the uncooked stuff? That makes sense to me as well. I thought that was the thing. But I also clearly mistakenly thought that the other way worked as well. Yeah, so we can seal it in brine, and we would get brined grouse. And I don't know what that does different, but it does it. And the required. Okay, so if we put vinegar in there, it will preserve it. Allegedly, I think. Yeah, whatever. Regardless, it's cooked so it lasts longer anyway, and we can chuck it in there and seal it, and that'll last for 2 months. So we're pretty much good in that department as well. Sure. So what were we doing? We were attempting to make fire clay before I was so rudely interrupted by not having the stuff. I've got the clay on me, so we'll go over here. We're trying to make 5 bits this time. So fire clay, boom, 5 bits, wonderful. This time we just hollow out the middle, and we have ourselves a fire mold. And it is that simple. Although now we need to cook them. They need to burn to yellow white. So what we will likely do is chuck them in the forge down here and burn them up that way. So chuck those in, chuck in the charcoal, and then shift right click the torch to light it up. Very quick and easy. Absolutely love that method. Chuck that back in there. Oh, the clay can go in there. Why not? And the salt. It's a happy time for all. Yeah, so that stuff will slowly heat up. Once it's as hot as it can get, which is yellow white 2, we will push the bellows, and hopefully that still applies the heat. It might not with the cauldron on top. We could probably get away with picking up the cauldron. Ooh, we could have. In fact, I should probably be processing the zinc. I don't know why that jump scared me, but it did. All right, these are at yellow white 2. I'm gonna go, and then we can look in here, and we're good. We got all the good stuff. So, I'll keep putting the sphalerite in there. We're gonna get casting channels. They are going to come out of here and into here. I believe this works. And we're going to have a mold table here. I'm pretty sure this connects. I don't think it has to be right on. I mean, it might. What? Yeah, hold on. What I might have to do, we'll pick this one up. I've got this. I'm saying might. I believe may. May? Might. I might. I may. I might. I may. Either way, huh? See what I did there? We're going to place a mold table there. Sure. I didn't mean to keep it there, but that works. I meant to place the casting thing there, but that should work. It should pour into that. You can see there's a hole that has been made, and allegedly that should work. So, for example, we go and grab ourselves an ingot mold. We have one. We place that in the mold table with a shift right click. It now has that mold in there. We right click the casting channel, and that's how it should work. Do I right click? I right click that part. As you can see, zinc is being poured into the ingot mold. It's got some nice visuals with shaders off. That's what it looks like. That's, yeah, looks Minecrafty. Who would have thought? With shaders on, jeez, whole different game. Should I be sleeping? Maybe I should be sleeping. And so that's molten, but slowly it should solidify, and we'll have what we want. That's all of our zinc. So we've got not a full ingot. We need 75 to get a full ingot. I don't think we have 75 lying around. That's, I guess, a little issue, is that I think that's all we've got. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it's fine. We'll figure it out. So is this an ingot yet? It's still a molten zinc. I don't, shift right click? Oh. Oh, okay. So then I would put that into here and it would cool down. Okay, so it's just an alternative. Yeah, I get it. I guess, sure. And it broke. Okay, we do have clay. Let's make a bunch of ingot molds. Let's go mold. Well, here's the thing. I don't like that these break. Surely there's like a proper ingot cast. Now, there is from thermal expansion. I don't think it works in the same way. If we look up the recipe for an ingot and we look at casting, it shows just an ingot mold. That's our only option, allegedly. So that's how you make the thing. Sure, whatever. I mean, you get 2 for each of them. Like, it's not horrible. It's just like, it's a bit annoying because, and on top of that, I need to fire these. You know what I mean? Like, I've got to chuck them in here and then I've got to go, and that, I did that too early. So we're just going to burn through charcoal because they're not even hot enough to, oh. Like, realistically, this thing's not better for us, I believe. Unless, listen, I 100% agree that I could be, what's the word I'm looking for? I could be misinterpreting or misunderstanding, though I was mixing up those words in my head, how to get this guy to work, in terms of how to get the ingot out of it. It's mentioning water buckets and olive oil buckets. I don't know what the hell that means. like what's it actually asking for? Do we have a water bucket somewhere? I feel like we do. And I feel like maybe that does something. Like, if I do this... Oh my god. Let's see, right? This stuff under here is just about to be hot enough. We go... And then all of this stuff's hot enough. We've got one on us. Cool. We place it in there. We pour the liquid in, right? I'm going to see if I can apply a bucket of water to it, and we just get, like, an ingot out of it or something. Like, surely there's a logical purpose. Right, so liquid there, and we go. I mean, it's making liquid sound, but it's not doing anything. If I shift right click, nothing special's happening. Yeah, no, not a clue, and it's still boiling hot. So yeah, I genuinely, I'm not sure what the purpose is, if there is one. I'm just gonna empty my inventory a little bit. Grab out all of these guys. Boom, 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 boom. We'll put that mold in there, see if it gets hot enough. And honestly, I think I'd get much more value out of a vessel. So honestly, I should make a vessel. Hey, listen, if the answer's right in front of us, when in Rome, make yourself a vessel. Cool. So we can now chuck that in there as well, and that'll heat up. Might take a little while, but it'll get there. I'll be honest, I really like the vessel, so we might actually just make a few of them. I like the idea of storing all of our metals in liquid form, for the most part. Oh, of course it's raining. All right, these are yellow. These are yellow, white 2. We're just waiting a little bit longer for this one, but it's pretty much there. Yellow, white 2. Boom. That's all of them done. Wonderful. So what we're going to do is chuck in a vessel here. It will fill up with molten zinc. Beautiful, wonderful. And it's already molten. When you chuck the thing in here, it looks like it moltens instantly. While this is happening, like, on the flip side, I understand if we have a bunch of these, right? A bunch of these molds set up, then we can cast, 4 of them at once. Like, let's just say 4 of them at once. That's going to be faster, I think. But it doesn't seem crazy fast, you know what I mean? I'm just going to keep empty. Can I not even do that? Okay. Alright, but yeah, at this point, like, surely me grabbing this and just doing it this way is just faster. That's what I think. Like, that took me no time at all, and we've got pretty much all the... Oh, I forgot the... we've pretty much got it all out before it's even cooled down. I'm going to leave some zinc left over in this, just because it makes it a little bit easier for me, I guess. So that guy will go back in there. That's empty. That's empty. Although we've got a lot of hot stuff on us. We'll cool them down. Alright, so all that stuff's cooled. Now, obviously, we just pop them out of their molds. Some of them will probably break, but hopefully they don't. Nice. And so we have 8 zinc ingots. So what do we do with that information? Well, one option is that we grab copper and we chuck it in here and it instantly becomes heated up and molten. But I guess that's not how that works. But if I chuck it here, it will heat up. But I guess also if I chuck it in here, it'll heat up, as in this part. So we'll see if it will heat up. We've obviously got a little bit of charcoal left. When this guy's hot, it like maintains its heat for a long time. But as you can see here, it also takes a long time to heat up because it's just the quantity of it. I believe. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. I'd love to make at least one bit of bronze this episode. That'd be pretty good. At the very least, like even if that's too annoying and we don't have enough charcoal or something, like I should be making more charcoal right now. Even if we don't, I'm happy with what we've gotten. We gathered a lot of resources this episode. We've got 2 ingots. If we double check for bronze, I'm just going to go for normal bronze. I know there's a few different recipes. Ooh, we could just put the ingots together with a fire charge. That's awfully doable. Awfully doable. Disgustingly doable. Copper and tin. It's the same ratio. It's a better... No, it's the same ratio. Yeah, it's the same ratio. It's the same ratio. We could do a more tin efficient ratio if we wanted to. By, of course, looking at the liquid. The liquid allows us to do... Oh, no, it's pretty much the same. It's pretty much... Oh, actually, no, it's different. Yeah, it's a 1-9. Whereas that other one was a 1-4. So as you can see, or a 1-3, sorry. So it's a big difference there. Yeah, 1-9 versus 1-3. That's pretty crazy for like tin efficiency. We'll probably do it this way then, because we have the copper. we have the copper. How's this guy going? I mean, we clearly need more of the stuff. That's a little bit annoying. Copper. What's the melting point? Copper. Molten copper. Orange with 4 stars. Okay. You know what? If it becomes nighttime and... but I don't even have an axe. We might end this episode here. I mean, like, we've got bees as well. The next episode is going to be incredibly productive regardless. My problem at the moment is that unless I have a secret stash of charcoal... I think I already used my secret stash... This might be it. This might be the golden piece. That might be the final piece. It's so... Like, it's taking so long to heat up. I think we would genuinely have more luck with this... No, that's zinc. With the other copper one. Which, to be honest, I should probably just have it in there. Right? Yeah. We'll see what happens. Let me keep looking to see if we have another secret charcoal stash. I don't think we do. Alright, I believe charcoal and coal are your only options. Then, as you can see, this one's already caught up. That's pretty rough. And we're on to the last charcoal. I'll tell you what, if it makes it, it's not going to make there, is it? I don't think it is. I mean, the heat of it's so hot, but this guy's just not. Alright, yeah, the heat's going down as well. That's bright red. This is still dark red. Unlucky, I think, at this point. Alright, well, we tried. Am I going to end this episode? I'll tell you what. How can we make the fire charge? We need a charcoal, and I just used the last charcoal, right? We can use coal, we can use charcoal, we can use bituminous, lignite, coal coke. Oh! The coke oven. That can turn logs into charcoal. It's slow. We wouldn't be able to do it this episode, but it is an option. Sandstone mortar and fire brick, which is going to be this, which is going to be that. Alright. Let me get rid of some of these bookmarks because clearly we've got a lot up here that we don't need because I'm not realizing what we should be doing. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot that we should be doing and I think there's too much up here to realize. So remove all this stuff. Get rid of all of that there. And then possibly, there was the fire clay. Let's just get that up there because it's helpful to have. Cool. That is the plan. Next episode, either this or literally everything else that we have planned. There's so much going on. Either way, listen. It's not so much about the destination, but it's about the journey. I had fun this episode, and and I think we got a lot done. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you are enjoying it. Hopefully you like the little, at the end of the episode, I've got like the channel members thing that comes up. I think it looks better than it should for what it is. It's just like screenshots, but I do like having that up there. If for whatever reason that's ever outdated or something, and you want to see it updated, like you're like, oh, he's fallen behind, he doesn't have there. Feel free to call me out. Let me know about it, and I'll try to update it. Obviously, I'm going to try to update it, but if it's the same, then it's sort of like it's the same. And if one small thing changes, I might not notice it. So I'm just sort of preempting that, anticipating my own demise. But yeah, genuinely, thank you guys so much. We didn't get a feather this episode, so I still can't make the scribing table and name some of our animals, like the wolf and the donkey. So sadly, we're still stuck just remembering. Damn, we just have to remember people. But thank you to all of our channel members, of course, and our tier 3 channel members, Andre and Melizzi. Thank you guys so much. I say it every episode. I'm sure it's annoying to pretty much 99% of you, but don't feel pressured to donate or any of that. Watching the videos is more than enough. Supporting the channel in any way, even just stopping by for this one episode and you're done. That's plenty, genuinely. Thank you guys so much. The option's there because the option's there, right? Listen, hey, I ain't gonna say no to money. I'm not gonna say no to it, but I'm not gonna pretend like I'm crawling on my hands and knees. So keep the money for yourself. Make sure that you're in a stable situation, right? But yeah, the end of all of these episodes, it becomes like just a capitalist wet. I won't continue that phrase, but you're probably picking up what I was putting down. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully, I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye. I need to get a thumbnail, actually. What do we even do for a thumbnail for this episode? We mind? Like, I don't know, maybe. I mean, we did casting. I feel like people are going to be excited thinking that we did like a crazy amount of casting, whereas it was kind of boring. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's not clickbait, but I do feel like I'm baiting people because you think it's going to be more than it is. But I feel like I was baited, you know? I thought it was going to be more than it was, but hey, listen. Oh God, we are starving. Okay, well, anyway, I'll just try to get a nice thumbnail. Maybe, oh God. The problem is the sun shines disappear too quickly. All right, I don't even know if we have food, so it might actually be beneficial for us to just crawl up and die. We do have rye, but I'll be honest, I kind of want to feed that to the donkey. Do we have anything? Oh yeah, we got cooked food that we made. Completely forgot about that. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.